kind of led you here, and how were those conversations with Coach Moorhead? How did all that get started?
Well, Coach Moorhead is a phenomenal head coach. You know, he's had success pretty much everywhere he's been. Also, I have a phenomenal relationship with Coach Shute. We've been knowing each other since I would say the winter of 2011. Really close, families are close, and I've always had a tremendous amount of respect for him, both as a person but also professionally. And once I decided to get into coaching, always admired the way he went about his business, and him coupled with Coach Moorhead, I thought was a really good opportunity. It presented itself, and here we are.
What do you thought? Your thoughts about your guys? You got some experience back.
I think experience helps, particularly in this league. This league is special. It's the best league in all of college football. So that helps, but it's not the trump, if you will. You always have to improve. You always have to have a chip on your shoulder, so to speak, in order to make sure that you're the best in everything that you do. And you know, that's something that we've talked about, because 2018 happened, but that's in the past. And I'm not an expert on what happened here a year ago. The only thing I can control is how I coach them now, how they can develop and move forward, and the type of players that they'll be moving for next season.
How has the last week or so been kind of like a whirlwind for you, just all the moving and getting acclimated to the system here and all the new players and everything?
It has been very different. You know, for me, this has been my first move in this profession. You know, there's a lot of movement, but I've been fortunate enough to be at my alma mater for quite some time. But the thing that made this transition so easy was my wife. She was all on board, very supportive. I couldn't do it without her, so she was very excited when the opportunity presented itself, and so that's why we're here.
You mentioned about the guys not resting on last year and what they did last year and being satisfied. How much has that helped that scenario with guys like Errol and Willie and Leo that are going to push each other?
I think that they have a tremendous self-standard about themselves, both individually and collectively. And so I think that they have a fundamental desire to be successful. And it's real. It's not fake. And so, and it's very evident in how they carry themselves and the things that they say. It's just a matter of making sure that it's replicated every day and every opportunity that they get, to make sure that it's seen and not just heard. And I think they've done a good job of doing that so far. And so we're just started, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we'll do in a few weeks.
How familiar were you with Coach Shute's scheme, you know, when you're coming in?
So I would say I was very familiar. Like I said, I've been knowing him for quite some time, and he's had really good defenses for a really long time. And so in his profession, you know, he's been a defense that I've watched, you know, and he's had a defense that I've watched, and so very familiar. Yeah.
He mentioned that there was in the past you guys had talked about maybe if the opportunity happened that you guys get to work together, that maybe that could happen and things. I know you said your wife played a big part in this move, but how big was the Shute factor, having him here and knowing that?
It was a significant factor, but like I said, it starts with Coach Moorhead, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. Also, with Coach Shute being here, you know, our personal relationship, it carried a lot of weight. You know, I'm really big on relationships with my colleagues, with people that I may not work with, but that may be on other staffs in the profession, but even more so with my players. And so I knew that his word was true when he called me and he talked about the type of place that this place is. And so, I mean, for him to speak on it as highly as he did, it was an easy decision.
When you obviously you got some experience back, but I know it's early, but what have you kind of seen so far from Brule and Jet and the younger guys that are getting their real first opportunity in spring practice?
They're hungry. They're very hungry. They have guys in front of them right now who are pretty good, who have been pretty productive, who carry themselves the right way and go about their business the right way. And so they're hungry. They know that they have a lot of work to do. But we all do, including myself.